a globally recognized computer vision expert and technical lead on the web eye tracking tool project at DAC.digital. With an excellent collaboration running right now, iScore is very happy to work with Karol and his experienced team. In his today's talk, From Gaze to Glory, Karol will talk about how gaze estimation can become a real game changer and a disruptive technology in business. Please welcome Karol Duzinkiewicz.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Today I want to talk a little bit about gaze estimation. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, so you'll get to know what it is and why we're doing gaze estimation at DAC.digital. Yeah, short agenda. What is gaze estimation? What is gaze estimation in the wild? A really interesting topic. Is gaze estimation a disruptive technology? We'll talk about that a little bit. And what is DAC.digital and iScore doing together to bring gaze estimation to life in a specific use case? So gaze estimation is basically a way to tell where people are looking. So you can see in the picture here that the person is using his or her phone. So we either try to estimate the gaze vectors, 3D arrow somewhere in space telling us where the person is looking, or we're more interested about the point of gaze. So it's a point on a surface, usually a screen, that tells us, hey, the user is looking at that specific point at that time. This idea has been around for a few years now, and it's usually achieved by using a dedicated hardware or using a dedicated eyewear. So here you can see a few examples. On the left side, there's a quite chunky piece of tech under the monitor, which does the eye tracking. There are also examples that are even more sophisticated, like the one in the middle. You have a bunch of LED lights in the corners of the screen, not only one camera, but 3 cameras, and all of that just to tell where the person is looking at the screen. So these are meant to be used for point of gaze estimation. There are also, like I mentioned, eyewear piece of tech. You can see that on the right side. And these are usually systems that you put on your head, and they have built-in cameras that look directly into your eyeball, trying to, get the location of your pupil or the pieces of your eyes to very accurately estimate where you're looking at. And as you can see, those devices in general, they are a little bit cumbersome in use, so you need to buy it. They are not cheap. They're usually like $100 a piece. They are accurate, but another disadvantage is that they usually rely on infrared technology. So you can't really use them outside. They work only in closed environments. And what people are really looking forward to is so-called gaze estimation in the wild. So this is a technology that works on any device that has a built-in camera, and as you probably know, currently almost every personal device, I guess Kindle doesn't have a built-in camera, but all the laptops or the tablets or the mobile phones, they have a user-facing built-in camera. So it would be great if we could use that camera instead of buying a $20 or $200 200 or 300 piece of tech additionally. And what would be really great is if we could use that gaze estimation technology in various lighting conditions, not only in your house, but also outside. And why we really need gaze estimation? Maybe it's not really that important to have a piece of technology like this. And like I said, gaze estimation has been around for some time now, and there have been various attempts to adopt it in several areas of business. And the first obvious idea is to use it as in some human interface devices. Like, imagine that you can replace your mouse with your eyes and control, I don't know, your laptop or web browsing with your eyes. Well, have you ever done that? I don't know anyone that does it. It's people try to do it, but that didn't really be successful. A couple of years ago, I was working at Intel on similar technology. So this was like 3D gesture recognition, and everyone said back then, oh, in like 3 years, everyone will be controlling their laptops with hand gestures. Did that happen? Not really, right? The technology is there, like everybody knows Kinect and stuff like that, but that wasn't successful. People didn't like to do that with hand gestures, and probably that's the same reason why people don't want to control their laptops or phones with their eyes. But there are other areas of business in which gaze estimation can be adopted easily, and it's actually a good idea. One of that example is automotive safety. So you can imagine cars that will actually control if you're looking on the road or you're looking at your phone, and will issue warnings, for example, if you're not keeping attention to driving. There is virtual reality and gaming. Krzysztof was talking about that a minute ago, and you can easily imagine that some sort of gaze tracking, gaze estimation technology can be used in gaming. Actually, it's already available on the market. You can see in the example, this is taken from Tobii company. They're currently offering a device, Tobii Eye Tracker 5, which you can see just under the display. And they are currently implementing gaze tracking, adding gaze tracking functionality into games. So you can imagine like driving a car in a game and you want to look around a little bit. Normally, if you're on a console, you need to press a button and maybe use the thumbstick, but maybe it would be better to just look around the screen with your eyes and don't use the thumbstick at all. And that's where gaze estimation technology comes in. There's also content creation, all stuff, and all types of intention and attention tracking. These are the areas in business where gaze estimation can be successfully used and adopted. So the bottom line is the gaze estimation, if it works, it could be a game changer, but we're not there yet. But there's another area, which is market research, where gaze estimation seems like a perfect match. And enter DAC.digital and I2 collaboration. So this is a project that we started some time ago. It's still work in progress, but what we basically want to build is to have a gaze estimation service that can be used to track people's attention or where they're looking at when they scroll through commercial content, marketing content. So watching commercials, watching advertisement, browsing web pages, all sort of stuff. But instead of using a dedicated hardware, we want to do it in the wild. So we want to use built-in cameras in your phones, in your tablets, or your laptops to recognize where you're looking at. And I don't want to go into technical details, but I want to just show you how the overall architecture of that system looks like. You have your phone, you're browsing for some content. Of course, at the beginning you agree to be looked at by the camera. The built-in camera streams the video. There's a web app on your mobile phone with an SDK that DAC.digital also developed. And that SDK will stream the movie or the video to the cloud. That's because the technology we're using, to be honest, there's a serious number crunching going on there, and we really need a powerful hardware to process that video data. So it's all done in the cloud. We developed a web service to do that. Inside that web service is our proprietary gaze estimation algorithm, crunching the numbers, processing the video, and ending up with a gaze estimation. Result that can be further analyzed by companies like ISO, for example. The solution we're building is AI-powered. Again, I don't want to go into technical details, but there is some serious neural network stuff going on there to detect where people are looking at. Like I said, no additional hardware is needed. We're only using the built-in camera. The technology works in various different conditions thanks to the training data that we and ISO gathered along the way. It requires some sort of calibration, but it's really quick, fast and easy. It's scalable, so you can imagine that running in the cloud, several people can watch some content on their phone at the same time. It will still work, it will still process results. And like I said, there's an SDK-based JavaScript that customers can easily adopt in their web apps and build upon that. And that's actually all I had for you today. Thank you.